Hi and welcome back on this channel. If you don't know me, my name is Aurélie and I'm an aviation English teacher for pilots and future pilots who are French native. In today's video, we're going to talk about one of the most important skills, and I'm actually very excited to talk about this skill, which is pronunciation. It's kind of a tricky skill. A lot of candidates taking the FCL exam don't really know what it means to have a good pronunciation, and generally most people think that having a good pronunciation means having a good accent. But what is actually a good accent, and do we really need to have an accent? Is it British? Is it American? I really want to kind of tell you in a very simplified way, what do we expect at the FCL exam, or what you're supposed to do as a pilot in terms of pronunciation, and kind of how to progress and improve in this skill. French speakers are generally not really good at pronunciation, let's be honest here. And this is generally one of the skills that could keep you stuck at a level 4. And getting to a 5 might be very challenging in terms of improving your pronunciation. It might be the skill that get you stuck in that level 4. So what does it mean to have a good pronunciation, in particular when we look at the ICAO requirements to reach a level 4, level 5, or even 6? But not only, what does it mean to have a good pronunciation on the radio as well, to become a more professional, more effective communicator? Pronunciation is not a question of accent. It is actually a question of being clear and being understood by the majority of people. I would never ever recommend you to try to copy an accent. There's not a perfect accent in English. In English, it's actually, accent is present all the time. You will find thousands of different accents in English, either from native speakers. Let's compare, for example, a Scottish person, an English person, a Jamaican, a Canadian, an American. Just among native English speakers, you have pretty challenging accents, and it's not so easy even to understand each other from native to native. So trying to copy one particular accent is definitely not an option and definitely not the solution. However, what does it mean to be clear and understood by most people? Because you're going to work in an international context, so it means that you need to be clear for natives and non-natives. So people who speak English as their native language and those who don't. Being clear is actually being neutral as much as possible. So when you speak, you just need to articulate very well. Try to be as simple as possible also in the words that you use, and try to avoid the complex or difficult sounds that you struggle with, or trying to practice in particular those sounds. I'm thinking about very common sounds that French speakers struggle with, which is generally the sound I or E, engine, engine, pilot, pilot. That's a very good example. But you also have sounds like the H, which is extremely common mistake from French speakers, and also the TH sound, which generally is pronounced Z instead of the. Identifying what are your pronunciation issues, I mean pronunciation sounds or words that you struggle with, trying to practice them, or maybe finding synonyms to avoid saying them if you know that you really can't pronounce them properly, and just trying to be as neutral as possible. So you need to be exposed to a lot of different accents through different ways. It can be podcast, YouTube videos, it can be series, movies, documentaries, whatever you want to listen to, as long as you get used to, you don't listen just to American movies or just British, but you get exposed to native, non-native speakers, it will improve your comprehension as well. But the goal is that it improves as much as possible your own pronunciation. So you kind of take all the way that people speak and you just try to be as neutral as possible. Improving your pronunciation is absolutely crucial in order to improve your English. So in order to get to a high level in the FCL exam, but not only, the goal is that you can communicate effectively and you make sure that most people understand you. Keep that in mind and your pronunciation